Welcome back, everyone, to the CBS 5 News at 10 o'clock tonight. You are looking live at our nation's capital. That is where the U.S. Supreme Court is considering a case that could protect LGBTQ people from workplace discrimination. So what happens when religion and work mix together? Is it a case of religious freedom or discrimination? This story is not about a specific church. This is about a nonprofit counseling service that essentially fired a pastor after finding out he's gay.
Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. I just felt God speaking to me. I wasn't sure about becoming a traditional pastor, but I really liked working with people one-on-one. And so that's how I eventually ended up as a pastoral counselor.
Tress Adams is a man of faith, a man of God.
What if I have bad thoughts? Will God judge me and send me to hell?
On Sundays, he preaches by reading passages from the Bible. His passion is to help people discover their faith. But Tress wanted more, so he became a pastoral counselor.
For me, I had a low self-esteem because I was constantly told that, being gay was so bad, it was going to send you to hell.
How hard has it been for you as a gay man to lead a church?
Another argument that is often made toward LGBTQ people is, well, if you can't change, then you just need to essentially stay in the closet or remain celibate, which is an extremely tall order to put on somebody. That's an incredibly harsh sentence to put on somebody. I would even say that makes God a cruel God, which I don't think he is.
Tress did everything to pray the gay away. He just wanted to be accepted. He wanted to be straight.
Even as I was struggling with my sexuality, I tried a lot of different things. I tried repressing it. I tried dating women. I tried conversion therapy as well for about 10 years.
Did you ever think about taking your own life?
I did, yeah. That was during the last probably year of conversion therapy.
He quickly realized some of the harshest judgments came from fellow worshipers.
I finally realized, okay, God, why am I not changing? Because that's what everyone tells you, is like, you have to change. And that's when I realized that there was nothing wrong with me and that God accepted me fully for who I am.
His faith would be tested again, but not for another 6 years. Tress teamed up with Life Changers, a nonprofit faith-based Christian counseling group. On its website, they offer counseling for anxiety, depression, anger, and self-esteem. Tress was thriving, preaching, and counseling. Until one day he got a phone call from the director of Life Changers, Tom Zimmerman. Tress recorded that call.
I'm just trying to, understand. So me being gay is what disqualifies me from being able to minister?
With Life Changers.
At Life Changers.
Right. I don't see that I have a choice, Tress. If I believe that practicing as a homosexual is not allowed biblically, then I don't see how I have a choice.
I don't see where it interfered with the quality of work.
This is a lifestyle issue, not a performance, really.
Zimmerman declined our invitation to be interviewed for this story.
When he told you in that phone call that you were living an immoral life because you're gay, do you believe he discriminated against you?
It's so hard when it's coming from somebody that you felt close to, but suddenly they find out this part of you and then don't want anything to do with you.
We will continue to pray for you, all right?
We'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
People are still discriminated against based on their race, based on their gender, based on their age. I see it every day. A lot of people are shocked. Does this really happen? It does.
Tyler Allen is an employment law attorney in Phoenix who takes on discrimination cases just like this one. He says Phoenix and Tucson have laws in place to protect LGBTQ workers, but in this case, he says it falls into a gray area because Life Changers is faith-based, and because Tress is considered an independent contractor, Allen says he's likely not protected under the current law, and that only a court will have to decide if this falls under workplace discrimination.
Sexual orientation discrimination has come up the last 2 sessions of the Arizona legislature and hasn't gotten anywhere. And I would love to see that passed. Nobody should have to go to work nervous to be who they are and face the fear of being terminated. You know, nobody should be terminated because of their sexual orientation, just as nobody should be terminated based on their race or their age or their gender.
Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you.
You've chosen a life of God as a pastor to lead a congregation. How do you show up to work every single day knowing that some of your fellow Christians look at you as an abomination?
I think just for so long you're told constantly that you cannot be a Christian, you cannot know God if you're gay. And eventually for me, it had to get to the point where I just had to not listen to those voices and recognize that I know who God is, I know He's close to me, I have this faith that I know He talks to me and He's very close to me. And eventually I realized, you know, I don't care what anybody else says, they can never take this away from me.
Tresh has since found a church and a counseling service that accepts him for being gay. He still counsels people, and he'll continue to do so. He's also exploring his legal options because to him, this is about judging people by the job they do, their job performance, rather than judging someone by their sexual orientation.